Yeah, how about now?
Hooray, we did it. We gotta just listen to my beautiful voice.
Yeah, how about now?
Wow. So beautiful. And we're on YouTube now. Nice, dude, nice. And then we'll get let's do not let's do high energy playlist, eh? Oh, we do that one too much. We do high energy way too much on this channel. I just love that start though. What do you think of the new layout, buddy? Should we go back or do you like this? I was editing my videos and when my head was like over in the bottom left, I didn't know what I was doing. Rebellious rock? We'll try that. Can't even hear me. Nice. We got our Wall Street Bets kid back in the chat, so if you want to ask him a question, he'll give you some generic Wall Street Bets answers. Exclamation point ask and chat GPT.
SPI was wild today. Volatile swings, traders feeling FOMO and anxiety. Overall, market vibes mixed. Bulls and bears battling it out. Options memes flying high.
It's really good at just describing a general day at trading markets. It has no idea what I'm talking about. Like the response that you're getting, it's not connected to the internet. It's just, I told it to act like it's a Wall Street Bets shit poster that's like a Gen Z kid. It gives some great responses if you ask me. Let's see. Are we still a little too loud? We go like right there. I like it. All right. No dropped frames. YouTube's on. The 10-year bond yield? Oh, we're getting into it already, eh? What does that mean? What does the 10-year bond yield mean? Well, I have a feeling I know, but I've just been diving into just researching it and double checking what I think my knowledge is. Yeah, so people generally freak out whenever the bond yields go up because it implies that basically there's more of a demand for bonds across the world. And there's more bonds being turned in. So if there's more bonds being turned in, that means that more people are trying to like get their money back out of the US stock market. So people always freak out whenever the bond yields go up because it just means that like other countries are trying to solve debt. So we were down at 4%. It's up at almost to 4.5%. It's basically like, you know, let's just look it up. Why it matters. The 10-year Treasury bond has surged more than half a percentage point since Monday, recording its biggest weekly gain since 2021. The bond sell-off carries direct implications for everyday people since rising yields drive up interest rates for mortgages, credit cards, and just about any other thing. So basically, it's the same thing as the Fed increasing its rates. It's just a market-driven version of it. So when you talk about like the bond yields go up, then the underlying factors of the interest rates of everything go up. And the 10-year and the 3-year are more volatile than the 30-year. Like the shorter the time span and the more it goes up, the more people freak out about everything. So this was also one of the things that like Trump was saying was one of his reasons that he ended up pausing tariffs for 90 days was because the bond market was going insane. And basically how I described it to one of my friends was he said, because there's like a theory out on the internet that, let's see. Either way, he sent me a link that was basically like, it's just saying that Carney and Japan. It's going to bother me until I find this. Well, basically, Canada and Japan and a couple other nations, the theory was that they kind of colluded or they came to a cooperation where if the United States wasn't going to back down on tariffs, they were just going to sell all their bonds, which drove, like, the more you sell bonds, the more the interest rates get driven up for those bonds. And then on Monday, or Wednesday, that's when Trump was according to him, that's what Trump was looking at when he decided to pause tariffs for 90 days. Was the bond market going up. So he wants inflation and interest rates to go down, and if the interest rate and the bond market is going up, that's not possible, right? So he just saw that this rate was going up at an alarming rate back so over the week here. This is back when this is the day he announced tariffs. It was like a 3-month low. And then he announced tariffs and then the rate went crazy. And it is just shooting straight up. So he has to pause them. And there's an ongoing theory that Canada and Japan colluded to sell these bonds. My example that I used for my friends was, say we go out drinking at bars. Like, I'm a country, you're a country, and we go out drinking at bars every night. And one day I tell you that I'll pick up the tab, but if I have to pay for the tab, it'll be 20% more expensive. It's pretty reasonable for your friend to say, well, if I pick up the tab, I'll match it, and I'll make it 20% more expensive than it needs to be. Well, then I just come back and I say, fine, I'll make it 50% more expensive if I have to pick up the tab. Well, suddenly my friend remembers that we've been drinking together for a while, and I have a lot of backlogged IOUs of drinks that I owe him. So he says, so we go out, and I pick up the tab the first night, and then at the very end of the night, he redeems a bunch of IOUs. But he still has a pile of IOUs in his back pocket. So me being stubborn, so I could continue to be stubborn and just keep saying it's going to be more expensive, but he's just going to keep using these IOUs. So in this example, The IOUs are the U.S. bond market. Pretty much every Canada, China, Japan, they own a lot of U.S. bonds, and U.S. bonds are really U.S. debt. so they came in and just, whether or not you believe it's collusion, I just told my friends that these other world leaders are just intelligent. Carney is a economist by trade, so they just said, like, they don't necessarily need to collude to come to the conclusion that if you're gonna make everything more expensive for yourself, I don't believe in the debt that you've given me as much. So I'm gonna sell it back to you before this bond becomes less valuable because you're making your goods and your services and everything else less valuable. So, a U.S. Treasury bond is a debt security issued by the U.S. government to finance its operations. Investors essentially lend the government money, and in return, the government agrees to pay back the principal amount along with a fixed interest rate. Modern bonds don't have fixed interest rates. They have variable interest rates based off market conditions. So when you see the interest rates go up, that's when people start to freak out. And historically, U.S. Treasury bonds are like one of the most low risk things of all time because the U.S. has never defaulted on its debts. But we also need to remember Donald Trump has floated the idea of defaulting on U.S. debt several times throughout his first presidency. So when he comes in and does tariffs, that's a way that just other countries that are intelligent fight back. They're like, dude, we can call your bluff pretty easily. We can sell all the debt that you owe us, and you have to pay us back. And like when this, so you also have to remember too that the higher this number gets, the more likely you are to sell it, because it becomes more valuable. So if this just has a runaway upward trajectory, you're just going to sell all of it. So that's why it was like, okay, we need to put a 90-day pause on this, because if this goes above 10%, they've made so much. You have to sell it because you make so much money on it by selling it. There's no point in actually holding on to it anymore. So that's why Trump freaked out when this suddenly skyrocketed, because you cannot have this going crazy. That just creates all types of havoc, but that's like ultimately an economic weapon that other countries can use, because they have trillions and trillions of U.S. debt held into this U.S. treasuries. All they have to do to keep it stable is hold on to it, and the U.S. will pay them that interest rate payment. But the moment they start unloading them, this interest rate skyrockets, and then everybody wants to get rid of them. And pretty soon, you might actually have to default on your debt because you can't pay back your bond payments. So, yeah, it gets a little dicey. But besides that, we had another very good day. Ended the week strong. Everything was pretty good. We had a really rough correction day yesterday. We had a really rough correction of a day yesterday. So on Wednesday, we announced 90-day pause on tariffs. The SPY goes up 10%, 9.8%. The next day, we just basically the market basically figured out that it overreacted the first day. Do I just have too much stuff going on right now? There you go. And then it corrected itself 5% on Thursday, which was yesterday. And now Friday, we had a nice little 2% gain, just to 1.78% gain just to kind of level off and the week green, which was very good. But just an absolute roller coaster of a ride. So this was the last time we talked right here. We'll get rid of extended hours. But yeah, this was the last time we talked, right around here at just the all-time craziest close ever, and then we opened up the next day way down. Had a big correction the whole entire day, and now today we just ended right at 535. I think we really want to get the SPY to 550 for a while here, and I think we're going to trend that way. The banks reported. So Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, basically just told everybody we have no idea what's going on, but they reported a great quarter, so we got a 4% gain. So CEO didn't really give any good or bad guidance. He just said, I can't really give you any guidance because I have no idea. And that was, when people don't panic, that's probably the best thing that can happen for the stock market. So when the guy who really has, when Jerome Powell and Jamie Dimon come in and they just say, yeah, they don't try and be overly smart, and they just say, I have no idea what's going on, and we're reacting to what's happening. We're not trying to be like proactive, we're just reacting. The stock market enjoys that. So JP Morgan, first round of banks, got rewarded for just saying, I'm not panicking, I'm not leaving, I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm just holding everything, I'm ready to go. Everybody was pretty pumped about that. Bitcoin's trying to get back to its 85,000 level. So for the last like month or so, Bitcoin's been trying to trade in this 85,000 range right here. And it's been, sometimes it gets above it for a little bit, sometimes it's just below it, but this red line right here, right around this 85, 84 range. So after tariffs were announced, we just got absolutely destroyed, got as low as 75,000. And now after this week, we're back up to 83,000. So Bitcoin's kind of back right in that range that it's wanted to be. Everything's kind of stabilizing. So we ended the week very good, and everybody felt better about it just based off of just how SPY ended today, how the VIX is kind of stabilizing. Don't really like that the VIX is staying above 20 right now. Just before he announced tariffs, it was just under 20. Even with all this like tariff rumors and news, now we've just kind of been going crazy with the VIX, but it's fine. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to talk about is insider trading. So, insider trading is the illegal practice of buying or selling a company's securities, like stock, based on non-public material information about the company. This information is usually obtained through one's position within the company or through privileged access to it. It's a considered a form of securities fraud. So the reason I want to talk about insider trading is based off of how Trump announced the pause on tariffs, that he's starting to be accused of insider trading. So back on Wednesday, well, we can go even further back. On Monday, a guy went and tweeted that they were considering a pause on tariffs. And then just on that little tiny tweet alone, which was just a blue verified checkmark box, the stock market that's when we saw the stock market shoot up $3 trillion, and then they said, oh, it's just a rumor, nobody knows that's happening, goes back down $2.5 trillion. Then Monday goes flat. Tuesday goes down because it goes flat, but it basically is we're told that China, the China tariffs are going to go from 20% to 120%. And then on Wednesday, they announced the 120% tariffs on China, while at the same time removing the tariffs from everybody else, except for a baseline 10%. Everybody still has 10% tariffs. And that shot everything up. Well, the thing is that just before Trump said that, he posted on True Social, it's a great time to buy. This is right as the stock market opens in my time zone. Assuming that this is in my time zone, this is 7 minutes after the stock market opened. And then if we go back 4 hours after his post, Trump also said on True Social that he would pause these things. Well, I thought that would go to the True Social. But yeah, and that led to like one of the biggest stock market rallies ever for a given day. So that caused a lot of controversy because there was also a huge volume spike just before they announced this, and that was, people are speculating that was insiders loading up. When insiders are loading up like that, you start to go, oh, this seems a little sketchy. But then we also have to remember that it's not illegal for Congress and politicians to trade on inside information. So that's the thing, is that all of these people have insider information. And by insider information, they have privileged information where they know that what the government is going to spend its contracts on towards publicly traded companies. So one of the most well-noted ones is Nancy Pelosi. This one is missing the actual GOAT. There's a Republican guy, I'm forgetting his name right now, who's even better than Nancy at this. Oh, Rick Scott. Oh, Rick Scott just didn't do that well this last year. Rick Scott has more money in public trades all time, but this was just for the year 2024. But all of these people have privileged insider information. I'm very convinced that Nancy Pelosi and Mitt Romney are literally only a part of the House of Representatives to insider trade. Nancy Pelosi's husband is a hedge fund manager. So, like, it's not illegal for anybody to insider trade. If anything, you could, and I believe Trump is making the argument that because he tweeted this, he's doing the opposite of insider trading. He's announcing publicly that you should buy. So how is he profiting off insider information when he's telling everybody literally hours before that you should buy into the stock market? So nobody else goes out on Twitter and says, like, Nancy Pelosi's big thing is that she is really good at insider trading the Nvidia or the Tesla announcements. Tesla gets a ton of public money for buying EVs. She's really good at, and then Nvidia and Amazon. Nancy Pelosi has made a pile of money buying these stocks just before they get huge government contracts. Interestingly enough, Nancy Pelosi also has a very odd amount of Philip Morris. She really likes nicotine. Shout out to Zen Pouches, right? So with all, and I think we talked about this on Wednesday, that, you know, this is probably what we're going to be talking about for the next couple months, is just how crooked this inside trading is. But it's gotten real bad. This is fucked up. That is super fucked up though. That Trump is in the Oval Office and he is literally pointing to two people that made $2.5 billion and $900 million in a day. Like, that is literally like, these are all my friends that I insider trade with. And we're talking about it openly in the Oval Office. Dude, that's messed up. That is messed up that they would do that in the Oval Office. And but yeah, it is 100%. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, at least he's honest. But I mean, like, maybe this creates a push to officially make it illegal to for people in office to trade stuff. But my point really was just that all these people that are accusing Trump of insider trading, it's not illegal for politicians to trade off the information they know. So if anything, he did everybody a service by tweeting out, "This is a great time to buy." If anything, you need to go on, sign up for, you need to create an account on Truth Social, and you have to follow Donald Trump. Because he'll tell you all the inside trades. He's like, "All right, well, now you have to join me. Now you have to follow me because now whenever I say buy, I'm gonna say some crazy shit." I don't know, man. It's a strange time we're living in, man. And we've also talked about this, but there are portfolio ETFs. There are two ETFs that track congressional stock trades. So there's a whole entire thing where, like, there's a guy who will come in and they'll just run it for you. Nancy and Cruz. Now I believe this is actually called the GOP ticker. But I mean, there's a guy who will literally just go on there and do it for you. And there's actually a whole entire like website that just does it. That is, I thought was pretty cool. Let's see if we Quiver Quantitative. They literally have a dashboard for just insider stock trading. Let's see. I believe I'm in here. Or no, I sign in with Google, I believe. Signing in with Google is like the greatest feature of all time, dude. But yeah, you can literally, this Quiver Quantitative is literally just, you log in and the first featured data set they show is Congress trades. These are all from today? Okay. I don't think it's necessarily real-time data. So one thing that you have to remember is the stock act, sorry. Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act. It didn't stop trading on congressional knowledge. It just made it so that they have to disclose their trades. It requires these individuals to publicly disclose their stock trades and prohibits them from using non-public information obtained from their. So you can't really argue this part is why that they continue to be the best inside traders of all time. Is that how do you say that? Because eventually they do report everything that they talk about. They're Congress people and they're senators. So it all is public information. They just get it before the public. So that's why it's like really hard to actually like prosecute them on this, because by the time you were to say like you insider traded on it, they basically shrug their shoulders and say, I don't know what you're talking about. It's insider information. So I think they're given like 40 days or 60 days to do it. And the penalty for violating the act is low. Stock Act. We want to ask Stock Act information release. Within a 45-day window. So that's the other part, is that some of them are like better kind of than others, where you just have to do it within a 45-day window. So some people will go in and they'll actually like kind of flex. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene flexes all of her trades constantly. She doesn't shut the fuck up about it. So the moment she makes a trade, she reports it, and she loves to do it. Other people like Pelosi will wait for the full 45 days and file the last possible day that she can, just because she knows it's fucked up. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't give a shit. She is just like, dude, this is 100% legal, and this is what I did today. So I think that's like, they basically, as it gets reported and they file these things, that this data set spits it out for you. Oh, and this was, so Shelley made these purchases on March 26th, reported them April 10th. So she didn't wait the full 45-day window. But she bought Meta. Yeah, she filed it April 10th, traded it March 26th. So that's why we got to open up this data set, you know. And then you can actually kind of get a feel for how kind of crooked all these people are, right? So when was 45 days ago? This is why I love Quiver Quantitative, because they have a very unique data set, but you can dig pretty deep into it. February 25th. February 24th for April 10th. So did anybody wait the full amount? We'll see the bad actors here. Look at how much they report. It must just be because it's a Friday or something. They reported all this. They reported so many trades today. Okay, so nobody waited the full 45-day window. So, damn, dude. Susan Del Bean sold a shit ton of stuff. Susan made like $2 million today. Good God. Holy shit. I love these guys who just YOLO crazy shit. Guy lost 17%. Oh my God, dude. Gadamer getting bodied on all these sales. Well, let's not follow Josh. He has no idea how to insider trade. How are you losing so hard, Josh? Good God, dude. Well, I mean, you got to do your. You generally, if you have a financial advisor, they tell you to do all your tax write-off trades in December. You're not getting these till next year. Just because you're filing in 5 days, this is all for this year. And he did all these trades back in March. Just bad. Let's not follow him. Josh is a fucking idiot. Or we could inverse him. He bought ICE. So let's short ICE because this guy has no fucking idea what he's doing. Holy shit, Josh. Josh just had a whole entire thing going on today. All these trades are Josh. And then Shelly Moore. She's kind of a she's just kind of getting it. She must be new because she seems like she's just dipping her feet for this 1,000 to 15,000 stuff. Let's check her out. That's a Republican? No. Okay, that's a Republican for sure. And she's 71 years old. Yep, that's definitely a United States senator. Can't be under 50. Can't look like they're not an asshole. For sure. First woman elected to the U.S. Senate from West Virginia. Obviously, West Virginia hates women. Let's see. Yeah, she just started. So she's just dipping her feet into the insider trading. She's probably gotten to be really good friends with Nancy Pelosi, and Nancy was like, "Hey, you should get in on this with me." So she just made a small little investment of Meta and CEG. What is CEG? Constellation Energy Corp. So the new kid on the block is buying Constellation Energy Corp. What are they all about? Gotta wait for Yahoo to load. Energy products and services in the United States. Electricity, nat gas, energy related products. I mean, pretty boring. But that looks to me, this guy is selling Apple. You should be selling Apple. App lovin', you're a little late there, buddy. This was the highest grossing stock in the stock market last year. But yeah, there's a whole entire website just dedicated to insider trading, dude. Oh, there's the guy that we were just giving shit towards. He has a $75 million trade volume? That's disgusting. He doubles Pelosi, dude. Okay, so you kind of have to follow Josh. A Democrat out of New Jersey from the House of Representatives. How much to actually know this? Not bad. Just I'm putting all my subscriptions into AI right now, so we'll get to this eventually, but this will probably be one of, yeah, Rick Scott. That's the. I mean, all these guys are fucking crooked as fuck, man. That's the one true thing about the U.S. House of Representatives. They're all insider trading. They're all crooked as fuck. Let's see if we can find.
In today's hot takes, we've seen insider information on the part.
Houses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress.
No, I don't know to the second one.
What an
We have a
asshole.
responsibility to report in the stock.
And 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that. And secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review. But if people aren't reporting, they should be. Because this is a free market, and people, we're a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
What an asshole, dude. When I asked about it, she's like, "Oh, I should be able to participate in it. People should report, and I should be able to participate." But she's just the publicly facing one. This is the actual problem. Her husband owns a venture capital investment and consulting firm. Like, what? It's just broken, bro. Her and Nancy are definitely best friends. She's the new kid on the block, but don't get it twisted. None of these people don't like each other. So yeah, it's an interesting world. Oh, and but now that we've talked about insider trading and all that stuff going on, there is some of the best news to happen to the internet actually happened again today. We can now say retarded on Wall Street bets again. We did it. We finally did it.
Hey, yo!
Got him. Mods are retarded. Everything's retarded. So like, I've been conditioned over the last few years to stop saying mean things to people and stuff. But this is some original Wall Street Bets behavior. Is that everybody in Wall Street Bets is retarded, and they identify it. They are retarded, and for the longest time, Reddit got rid of that global word, like that word globally, and now we're back. We are so back, dude. We did it. Just show me the video. I clicked on it for the video.
So what does this mean for us and our many fans?
It means we're back on the air. Yes, flying on the air in our mighty spaceship. We're back, baby.
We did it. The galaxy could use the good news.
The council put me in lockdown to keep the women off me. Didn't want problems, but the situation changed.
What?
I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Drag Queen.
Commander? What the
Well, fuck them all.
Damn it. Negative. No defeating the Reapers. No defeating the Reapers. Innocent people die.
And if they don't, attack. It's nothing
You're a damn butt pirate.
I want more ass, Ash.
Oh. I hate you.
I hate you.
Sir. Shit!
Can't do both?
Shut up.
Always wanted implants.
Miranda, I lost my plaything.
I need to rebuild.
Know how.
Oh. Still impatient, Commander?
I care about
Damn
you,
it.
Ash.
There can be no retreat. No retreat.
Oh well, I can't find it. But there is from this same guy. There is a thing that is I'll tell the galaxy what we've done here. They could use the good news. We needed that good news. For real. Oh, it's just it's a good day. It was a good day in stocks. It was a good day on Wall Street bets. It was just a good day for Bitcoin. Can do some emoji. It was just a dude. It wasn't a rocket ship, but it was just Bull City all day. Moo. Oh yeah. Gonna check out the tariffs. The tariff portfolio. We're gonna update this. See how hard it is to do FinViz. Oh, I give up. Nice, dude. Oh, well, from when we updated it, not so nice, but whatever. I bet we're green again in Enbridge, Ford, and GM. Put the music back on while I dick around in spreadsheets. So PDD is Temu, the parent company of Temu at least. Oh my god. Li is an electric car manufacturer out of China. I'm moving too fast for Yahoo Finance to work. I go to google.com to type in Google Finance. Smart. I'm smart. Oh my god, they had a stellar time while I was gone. That's pretty close to where we started, isn't it? Oh, it's above. Nice. 20 on the nuts. Okay, we take those. Ford's down? Really? $43. Oh my god, really? That look right? Yep. Enbridge is our only green boy. Enbridge oil, man. I'm telling you, that oil play ain't bad. But yeah, everything else is getting body yada 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 yada. We did have that one day back in the middle of March where everything was where we were positive for the first time, and we haven't looked back since. Oof, rough, buddy, rough. I'm still sticking by this though. I like all these plays, especially when you think about like all of these places. Well, at least all these China places, the cost of goods sold doesn't change, and all of them get a charge 100% more now. It's hard to imagine that they don't make a pile more money, because maybe consumer good demand goes down, but like TSM, dude, people can't not, like, their main customers at TSM are Nvidia, Apple, and Facebook. Like, the trillion-dollar companies are not going to stop buying computer chips. And let's look at Nvidia and all these companies. Fine, we'll go back to here. FinViz. Ooh, it's so thin. All these guys are getting destroyed, though. What? Oh, this is on the yearly. Give me a different window. Oh. So it's off its all-time high of 150, but not too bad. Does it tell me how much it's? Oh my god, it gives me all the information I want. So the company TSM, the company that makes every single product for Apple and Nvidia and most of Microsoft products, is worth $800 billion. Meanwhile, Nvidia is worth $2.7 trillion, and Apple is worth $2.9 trillion. So how is it that the company that makes all their products is worth a third less than those other two companies? Seems incorrectly valued to me. And you could argue like, oh yeah, but like they're a Chinese company. They're building chip plants in America right now. Specifically in Arizona, so way out in the desert. Who likes the desert anyway, am I right? But their Arizona fab is the most advanced chip manufacturing facility in the US. Is already producing 4 nanometer class chips. So like currently they're making 4 nanometer class chips, which is I think Apple claims that they have 2 nanometer class chips, but even then that's just made over in Taiwan. And they're not really 2 nanometer, it's just a marketing thing. So yeah, dude. They make some crazy shit, and I'm not sure if you've ever dove how they make computer chips, but they really just take sand and rearrange how sand works and how you can charge electricity through sand. It is like the most advanced children's sandbox ever, and it's pretty cool when you actually do the deep dive into it. Started production late 2024. Yeah, oh my god. I'm sure that you drove by just like an enormous construction site. 2 more fab factories in Arizona? It's insane. Uh-oh, we found an AI hallucinating flaw. TSMC has strong partnerships with companies like Apple and Apple. I think they meant AMD. Once again, the other place that makes chips in America, Arizona. It's almost like there's a lot of sand out in Arizona or something. I would also guess that those fabrication, how close are Chandler and how close is this to Phoenix? Okay. So if I zoom out, I'm gonna see that it's in the middle of Phoenix, or yep. North Phoenix. I want directions. Let me... Why can't I get a shot? So what are those, like 10 miles away from each other? Why is it giving me... No, yeah, where is Hello Vista though? They just must call it the Halo Vista development. Located at the northwest corner of Interstate 17 and Loop 303. Let's see if we can get... Nope. Nope. Sure. Should be right around here. Oh, right here. Oh. I'm an idiot. All that to figure out they're 51 miles apart. Okay. Show me the... Now I'm done with directions, and I just want to see this. Should we leave a review? Oh my god, some dude just went out there and took random photos? Oh my god, that's cool. Should we leave a review? I like chips. Yeah, you were a step ahead of me on that one, Dano. I didn't realize that they just called it TSMC Arizona. Taiwan Semiconductor Corporation, Arizona Corporation. Why don't they just stick to their TSM designation? Yeah. Let's check out some memes before I'm gonna go watch The Amateur tonight. I'll get a burger with a buddy and watch The Amateur. So what actually got me was that they used have you ever heard of Rainbolt, the guy who plays GeoGuessr? But yeah, they actually used Rainbolt using GeoGuessr as like inspiration for part of this film. So this guy gets like kicked out of the CIA, and he uses the tools at his disposal to avenge his wife's death. Oh, you saw The Amateur last night. I'm lagging behind chat right now, even though like I feel like you're lagging behind me. So you're saying I saw the TSMC thing or the Fab and Chandler's Intel. I saw it last night. It's sick. But you saw The Amateur last night. I'm following now. But yeah, apparently he actually uses Rainbolt, like inspired stuff.
Alright, let's see.
Up any? I don't know. Let's enhance it.
Enhance section A6.
Okay. Alright, let's see.
The guy's a god at this game.
I don't know. Let's enhance it.
Enhance section.
Mexico. Wait, no. You know this is the same rock that was on that one island. What island was it with this rock? It was the island between NMI and Guam.
Dude.
Okay, we have a city east of us. That's probably
the first vid.
I'm okay with that though. Okay, so this is an east-west road. Is it ever the one north of Kazakhstan? I mean, I guess it could maybe be east too. Like, I think this will be fine. Yeah, what's that road? Kurg east-west. Looks like one of these roads.
You can just hear his scroll wheel being worn down.
What's that road? We'll take it.
Oh, the first
France,
vid, not
UK,
sure.
Netherlands.
Yeah, this is what ended up
I
getting
have a
me.
new series. Welcome to Memory Lane, where I find 5 locations that relate to a celebrity's life or career at one point, and their goal is to figure out when and where that location applies to them. And today's guest is Rami Malek.
So I would watch this whole thing, but I'm worried because we're streaming on YouTube that YouTube does not like it when you stream on YouTube like Twitch it does. Like I might already be taken down. I don't know. So I would watch this whole thing, but we'll watch it. Fuck it.
Don't forget to experience The Amateur in theaters and IMAX on April 11th.
What is
Trevor, the man, the myth, the legend?
No. I just wanted the information about.
Welcome to Memory Lane, where I find 5 locations that relate to a celebrity's life or career at one point, and their goal is to figure out when and where that location applies to them. And today's guest is Rami Malek. Don't forget to experience The Amateur in theaters and IMAX on April 11th.
Trevor, the man, the myth, the legend.
Likewise. How's it going?
Good. Very good. Excited about this press tour and promoting this film. How are you? You're in Thailand. Sorry for everything that's going on. Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. It was a scary day, though, for sure. Let's hope so. We'll see. Let's see. Start game and fingers crossed.
Here we go. Starting the game.
All right, so basically, you have the map in the bottom right here. You can open up the map if you recognize where this is, and then you can zoom in and place a marker where you think this is in the world. And you can move the screen around with your cursor to get more of the image.
Okay, so all I have to draw from is the 360, correct?
You get one 360 pano and one single guess.
Okay, so fire hydrant is gray. That would obviously tell you everything, wouldn't it?
Depends who you ask.
So with the telephone poles. What do we have?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
North Bronson. North Bronson is a street in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's Rainbolt 100%.
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time. Follow me.
Sounds good too.
Wait a minute. Using an RX modulator, I might be able to conduct a mainframe cell direct and hack the uplink to the download.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that with the right computer algorithms, I can hack you back in time. Just like a time machine.
Well then, it's hacking time.
She's got the Nintendo Power Glove on. Like, where do you even find that?
You underestimate my
You underestimate my power. That is a good one. Dude, this website's OP though. Quiver Quantitative. We're gonna leave that. Nice. Nice. Well, yep, I'm gonna go to dinner and that movie in a little bit here, so I think I think I'll be just about done here. It was a good week. The world isn't ending yet. See you on Monday, eh, bud? See how it goes.